Welcome to your doom.
Hello and welcome back to a new drawing week of the classics. This time around we are drawing for what I believe is week 12, because week 10 is coming out this week, week 11 will be coming out the week after that, and week 12, yeah. So we're doing week 12's drawing. In the previous week we played Win Back, Solomon's Key, Ghost and Goblins, Super Metroid, and Joe and Mac. Most of which were pretty good games. The only one that irritating beyond all belief was Ghost and Goblins, which if you just tweaked it slightly, it wouldn't be a bad game. But like, it's not a bad game, but there are mechanics in it that just make you really mad. Yeah, you know what I mean. So this week we're gonna have 5 new games to pick. Our first game we're going to draw is Sword of Vermillion. I feel like that was a game that I played a very long time ago that I do not remember anything about. So, this next game is going to be Mega Man X, another game I have not played in a while. Oh yeah. The third game we are going to pick is going to be The Peacekeepers. I believe this is a fighting game in the same vein as like Street Fighter, I think. The fourth game we're going to pick, Wario's Woods. This is one of the only games from one of 2 games, I believe, from the first season that I didn't play. I think it was this one, and I think Mario 2 or 1. I just remember there were 2 games, there's at least like 1 or 2 games that I didn't draw. And Wario's Woods was one of them, I believe. Our next game we're going to draw is going to be Mario Kart 64. Okay, so out of the 5 old games that we got, which one would I like to keep? In all honesty, a game that shouldn't be much of a surprise right now that I think I'd like to keep, mainly because I'm having fun. I'd like to keep going with the story, and that is Win Back. Win Back is one of the 5 games that I would love to keep. It's been a blast playing. We're getting to new parts of the story. It's just a fun game. It's a really, really fun game. Once you really start to understand what you're doing, it's a lot of fun. Joe and Mac is a game that was fun, but I'll put it in the bag, save it for later, and be okay. Solomon's Key, another game where it's like, I'm gonna just put it back in the bag. It's okay. We got a few levels finished. Alright, putting it back in the bag. And that leaves Super Metroid and Ghost and Goblins. Now, Ghost and Goblins, I beat it the first time through. In order to properly finish the game, I guess you have to beat it a second time. But in all honesty, I don't want to play that game through another time. Generally, when I play these games, I give them 2 run-throughs. And if I really don't care for it after 2 episodes, I'm allowed to say when I'm done with the game. And in all honesty, I'm done with Ghost and Goblins. There's nothing really to it that just screams, please play me again, especially with the Red Devils, the time stipulation. Like, I played through Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and I loved that game. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, there were parts of it that didn't really feel fair. But overall, I thought it was a good game. And that's one of the reasons why Arthur is one of my characters. Like the guy, I think his name's Arthur. He's on my banner. I really enjoyed the game that much, even though it kicked my butt. I put him on my banner. This, no, I'm sorry. Ghost and Goblins is not worth it in my opinion, of going through that much pain all over again. And it's not even like a fun rage like Secret of Mana was, or even Strider, or Journey to Silius. Like, those games were frustrating, but I found enjoyment out of them. Whereas this, especially when you get to certain parts, it just felt like I had to get lucky, especially with those stupid goblins next to the stairs. It just wasn't fun, you know, and I wasn't really enjoying myself. Now, the last game, now thank you for hearing my tirade. The last game that we've got is Super Metroid, and I have been having a blast with Super Metroid, but again, it's one of those games where I'm having so much fun, I gotta put it back, because I want this game to last. It's my last game that I ever drew from week 1 of the classics, and I want to keep playing it. I don't want to stop. Some of you might be like, well, Rodney, it's your channel. You can play whenever you want. Yeah, yes and no. I'm really trying to stick by certain things of what I do in my channel. You know, Ghosts and Goblins was one of my rules from the very beginning, that I'm allowed to do whatever I want. And also the thing that I said was 2 episodes at the very least, and I gave it 2 episodes, and I'm done. So Metroid, we're putting back. So, out of the 5 new games, that means there's one game that I'm going to be putting back. And that game is going to be Mario Kart 64. Mainly because I'm by myself, and a game like this just isn't going to work at the moment unless I can get somebody else over here to record with me. So that's going to be a little bit tricky at the moment. So we're putting Mario Kart 64 back, which means that win back will take its place. So our 5 games for week 12 of the Classics Season 2 drawing is Sword of Vermillion, Mega Man X, The Peacekeepers, and Wario's Woods, and also win back. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. It all really helps. And I will see you next week on the next drawing of the Classics Season 2.
Welcome to your doom.